Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It is officially fall and I'm so excited. You guys have no idea, I absolutely love the fall time. I thought I would introduce this new season with my Tarte Maneater palette. And the palette I have here is a Nightfall palette. And I have been kind of holding off on doing looks with this only because this palette here is a fall palette. I would say it's actually a good palette for August and September. I use those palettes during these months. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to use this palette in August because I had other things kind of like planned out. But these colors are just absolutely beautiful and I'm just like in love with all the Tarte. I actually own 3 Tarte palettes in my makeup collection. We actually just finished up our little vacation and I wanted to show you guys what I brought with me. So I did bring my other Tarte palette. This one is a little bit older. This is the Rainforest of the Sea Volume 2 and I purchased this quite a while ago. I've taken this with me on multiple vacations in the past, so it's definitely getting used up. And I took it with me for this trip. And I really like this palette. This is like my kind of like my go-to travel palette just because it's small and it has like really good like smoky colors in here, and then you have like all your neutrals. And as you can see here, I really love this gold color. But yeah, I love the Tarte palettes. The only complaint I have with this palette here is I'm not sure like what happens exactly. Maybe my brush isn't firm enough, but it kind of gets harder to use these colors here. I feel like I have to kind of scrape at the eyeshadow. But it's probably the brush that I'm using because these shades are pretty creamy. Yeah, and like this shade here is kind of crumbly because I kind of have to like pick the eyeshadow with my nail a little bit. But I'm not sure why that happens. So I'm taking my finger and I'm pressing it pretty firmly on the eyeshadow, and I do get some color, but like I don't know, like I feel like I have to really press into it, and I feel like the more I press I get kind of like it's harder to use my brush with it, if that makes sense. So what I did this time is I actually started using a little bit more of like a firmer blending brush, and I just kind of like swirl the brush in there to get the product on there. And yeah, so this is a great palette. I just love this. And I also, on the trip, I did end up having to repress this shade here. This is like a neutral shade that I've been using. This is the shade that I use as like an all over base, and it unfortunately cracked, so I kind of had to repress it. So you can kind of see how it's a little bit crumbly. So yeah, this is just a good palette. This very rarely breaks on me. So that's why I take it with me, because it's kind of like a hardier palette. So let's get started. Okay, so the first step, of course, we have to use some eyeshadow primer. I am using my Muse eyeshadow primer. We're gonna put that all over the lid. I'm going to be taking this nude shade in Sly, and I'm going to be putting that all over my lid. And this will basically just be a really good base. I like to kind of take that a little higher. And before we go any further, I need to use some lip balm. Now I'm going to be taking my Wolf Den lip balm. And the packaging kind of rubbed off on this, but this is by Wolf Den Soaps. But this is basically like a blueberry scented natural coconut lip balm. And I actually purchased from her when we were visiting a market. And whenever I find homemade beauty businesses like at markets, I always make sure to support them, because you can find really great products at your local farmers markets. Like, I'm all about the whole like natural skincare and like homemade skincare and everything. And I just really love this lip balm. It makes my lips feel really moisturizing, and of course it's blueberry scented, and I love anything blueberry scented. I'm going to be taking my eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to be using this shade here in Captivate. And it's just basically like a really pretty like dark green color, and it does have a little bit of shimmer to it. So I'm just going to apply this to the crease. And whenever I do makeup, I like to kind of tap my eyeshadow just to kind of minimize the fallout. Yeah, and you can kind of see it has a little bit of sparkle. Yeah, you can see the silver sparkle. It is so beautiful. And then I'm going to be taking my fluffy blending brush, and I'm just going to kind of blend that out. And I'm going to be taking a little bit more. And then next, I'm going to be taking this it's kind of like the same color as that dark green one, but it's really shimmery. So I'm going to be taking this shade in Nightfall, and I'm just going to apply that to my outer corner. And once again, this one is filled with shimmer and glitter. But we are really going all out with some glitter today. I'm just going to apply that to the outer corner. And we're going to be taking that color in Sly. And I'm going to use my finger and kind of reapply it. I did kind of go a little bit too much on the lids, but that's okay. Actually, you know what? To fix that, I might just do the NYX face glue, because I kind of want that like nude shade to be on the lid. So we're going to be taking a very little bit. And putting that kind of like in the middle of the eye. So I'm going to be using a shimmery color for my inner corners, and I'm going to kind of want that nude to pop a little bit. And we're going to kind of pack that nude color back on. Okay, that is so much better. So for my inner corners, we're going to be taking this shade in Fascinate. And this one is an ultra glittery, shimmery. It's kind of like a shimmery nude color. So it's just slightly lighter than this color in Sly. And I'm going to be using this flat concealer brush. And I'm just going to be using this to pack on the inner corner. Okay, I did put a little bit too much on this side, so we're gonna have to fix that. Maybe we can even blend that out a bit. This color, so this shade here is absolutely beautiful. And I'm actually going to be packing some more on. So we want that inner corner to like really pop. Yeah, so this color is extremely like I lost the words to say it. It's very like shimmery, like it's like it can be worn on its own. So I actually could have just put it on my lids, but I kind of wanted to do something a little bit different. So I'm just gonna kind of leave it as it is. But I'm going to be kind of taking this more inward. I'm going to be applying my foundation and then I'll be right back. So on my face, I went ahead and put on my foundation. And look what happened to my foundation. So as you guys know, I have been putting like my DIY lotion, CoverGirl, and Huda Beauty foundation mix in here. This is a plastic container I got from Dollar Tree. I actually did bring this with me on my vacation, and it cracked a little bit, and now it is like, it completely cracked. Like, look at that. Thankfully, I have another little backup container, but this was holding on for dear life and I just kept using it. So this did last me almost a full year. So yeah, now I'm gonna have to like transfer it. So anyway, I used that, and I also used my e.l.f. Halo Glow foundation. And then over that, I decided to kind of make this look a little bit more like dewy. So I used my Be Pure bronzer drops. I feel like I haven't used these in quite a long time. So I just kind of put that where I usually put my blush, and then I kind of put that over here, and then a little bit under the chin. And I think it kind of made this look tie together because I'm having like a smoky eye. I don't want to look like super pale. So that's what I did. And then I'm going to be taking this red blush. This is a blush that I got recently at Dollar Tree. And this is the Clean Beauty Lip Color and Cream Blush in the shade Fun in the Sun. And I have used this, I think I used this about one time so far, and I really like it. I've been on the hunt for a red blush and I finally found it. And honestly, with the fall coming up, I feel like I'm going to be stocking up more on like red colors, like when it comes to blush or like eyeshadows, because I actually really enjoy wearing like red colored eyeshadows, especially like during like February, like when it's like Valentine's Day. I like to do more Valentine's Day inspired looks. Blush sheer is actually kind of more for summer, but I just wanted to have like a touch of color to the cheeks. So we're just going to be dabbing that on. And I am going a little bit heavy-handed with this because I haven't put on my foundation yet. So we're going to be kind of covering that up with the foundation. And we don't want to do too much because I don't want to look like Rudolph yet. And I think I'm going to be darkening up this look a little bit more. But I'm going to be adding a very little bit of my e.l.f. Camo Liquid Bronzer. And when I see a little bit, I really do mean like just one dot, because a little bit goes a long way. And then we're going to be adding that to the forehead. A little bit here. A little bit down here. And for this look today, I'm kind of going for a deep, I guess like a deep fall look, or like a heavy fall look. The goal for this look today is for me to do kind of like a heavier fall look. I have been really missing the fall time, so we're gonna go all in on it. And honestly, I do feel like I put on a little bit too much on this side, but we'll just kind of play around with it. So in person, like when I'm looking at myself in the mirror, I do look absolutely crazy. Like, I don't really wear this much makeup. But because I'm going to be filming another video today, I do kind of want to make it more heavy-handed. Because on camera, sometimes you can't really tell that much. Like, it doesn't really show up as crazy, if that makes sense. Because my lighting in here is not the best. And whenever you're doing makeup, like your cream-based products under your powder foundation, it is good to go like heavy-handed anyway, because you're just gonna be basically like covering it all up. And I did save my concealer for last. So I'm gonna be using the Be Pure Hydrating Under Eye Concealer. And we're just gonna put that on the under eyes. And as you can see, the blush isn't as crazy. It kind of sunk into my skin a little bit. So with that being said, I'm actually going to be adding one more dab of my blush. And I want the color to kind of focus more on this part of my cheek. So next, I'm going to be taking my Maybelline Fit Me. And we are just going to plop that all over the face. And so you can kind of see how applying the powder foundation, the color looks like it's into the skin. It looks like it's like set just right. So this is without the powder, and this is with the powder. And this is again why I will always use foundation over a cream blush. I'm going to be taking Pamper, and this is just basically a beautiful, like a burnt orange color, very, very shimmery. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to put that under my lower lash line. And the colors in this palette are just absolutely stunning. I'm really obsessed with this palette. And this is actually the same shade of one of the eyeliners that I'm going to be using. You'll see in a second. But it matches it just perfectly. So I'm going to be enhancing this look even more with my ColourPop eyeliner. And this is in the shade Movie Star. So you can see how it kind of like matches this shade. And this is going to basically bring out that orange. Yeah, that is just like so beautiful. I don't know if the camera's catching it, but it just in person, it just looks really good. I feel like I could definitely do a look with just this lower color and the eyeliner for like an all-in-one color. Next, I'm just going to be applying my mascara. Okay, and now that the eyes are all done, this is what they look like. And for my mascara today, I used two Maybelline mascaras. I used the Great Lash and the Mega Lash. And these two together are just absolutely perfect. You know what? For my blush, I'm actually going to be using just a very little bit of my Maybelline Fit Me in the shade Medium Coral. And I'm just going to get like a very little bit. Because this has some highlighter in it. I kind of wanted to bring some more highlight to the cheeks. And then for my all over highlighter, I'm going to use my AOA Studio. And this is in the shade Emerald Peacock. And it kind of has like 5 different colors going on here. But I'm just going to kind of mix everything together. And then I'm just going to be popping that over on the top. Before we went on our trip, we went to, not Big Lots. What is it called? Five Below. And I figured I would just check the beauty aisle real quick. And I ended up finding a couple of LA Colors lip liners. And I was actually needing to pick up some fall lip liners and like lipsticks. So I ended up finding this one here. This is in the shade Copper Bronze. And I don't have anything like this, so I decided to try it out. And I actually took this with me on my trip as well, and I really love this one. I feel like this is like the perfect fall lip liner, and it was, I think it was like $2 each. Or it was either $1 or $2. So I'm going to line my lips with this. And I'm going to kind of get the corners. And honestly, I'm starting to become a lip liner girl. I haven't always like worn lip liner, but now that I'm getting back into makeup again, I'm starting to get the hang of it. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to be taking my LA Colors nude lipstick, and this is in the shade Natural Shine. And that's all for my lips. I'm not going to put any lip oils on it for this look. So definitely check out your Dollar Tree and your Five Below and pick up some inexpensive fall lip color. I feel like this is the perfect I mean, it doesn't have to be for fall. It could be really for any time of the year, but this look is just like perfect. Like this combination, I absolutely love it so much. And last but not least, I'm going to be taking my setting powder. I'm just going to be lightly applying this to under my eyes. And that completes my fall inspired look. I absolutely love the way this turned out. I feel like the pop of orange as an eyeliner really brings out the fall tones, as well as the cheeks and the lip combo. So that is all for today, and thank you so much for watching my video today. And let me know in the comments how excited you guys are for the fall time. I know I'm super excited, especially when we start getting into like Halloween and everything. So I just can't wait to create some really cool and like fun makeup looks. So if you are at the very end of this video, go ahead and leave a fall emoji in the comments, and this will just basically let me know how many people are actually watching my videos all the way through. If you guys have any suggestions for me at all for any kind of like makeup look or any eyeshadow palettes you want me to try out, like from Dollar Tree or something, just let me know in the comments or let me know on Instagram, and I will definitely get that out for you guys. So remember to pay it forward today. Make sure you're kind today. Especially be kind to yourself, because you're the only one who knows yourself. And you know, don't talk yourself down. Don't be negative. It's not good for you, and also it does affect other people around you. So just kind of like keep that in mind. And I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Bye.